Hey everyone, so Black Lives Matter, social justice warriors, Antifa, and every other movement like this will not last. The cracks have been showing for quite some time, and it's only getting worse for them. So let's bring it back down to basics. A speech from an ACLU spokesperson was shut down by Black Lives Matter members. They pretty much went in there, shouted to the point where no one could hear anything, and eventually the event was canceled. Now what does this tell us about this group of SJWs? At the very least, it tells us that they are incapable of winning any debate or argument on a fair stage. In fact, the lady who was going to speak apparently told them that she loved their protest and that she's willing to respond to questions. Instead, these intellectually bankrupt SJWs decided to shout brainless slogans instead of rationally engaging with this woman on any grievances they might have had. If you notice, almost every time an SJW has to coherently piece together a question or an argument, they are completely destroyed by logic and reason. So this is why they have to resort to simply shutting down the conversation. They are fueled purely by emotions and this immature teenage angst which they should have gotten over by now in life. So I don't know who this lady is that was going to speak, nor do I know what she was going to say specifically, but her talk was supposed to be on the freedom of speech. So how perfect is it that these SJWs show their fear of free speech? How appropriate is it that this group that cannot defend their ideas has to shout down those who they disagree with? A little piece of advice for social justice warriors of all stripes. No thinking person has ever been persuaded by slogans, picket signs, or mindless shouting. If you really want to help your movement grow, which I hope it doesn't, you need to get the most intelligent among you, which might be a tough task, to sit down and flesh out your arguments until they're razor sharp. This might be a tough one as well, but you'll also need to actually read and expose yourself to arguments and ideas that differ from your own. Then, again, sit down and plan out exactly what you would say to defeat those ideas in an actual debate. If you don't start doing that now, you can kiss your movement goodbye. Too many people will just see you as angsty, immature teenagers, and they wouldn't be wrong. So do these SJWs have a right to do this? Sure, if it's not a privately paid for podium, but does the SJW movement think this actually accomplishes anything? This will backfire on them so fast. This kind of childish nonsense will only serve to embolden people who don't agree with their message. This will only increase the desire of people to hear what other people have to say who have been silenced by SJWs. Social justice warriors have fallen into a pit of quicksand. The harder they try and fight to get what they want, the deeper they sink and the more stuck they become, and we're all better off for it. Thanks, and that's all.